All right, boys and girls, here we go. If you are not in your math book, we are ready for 10.4, page 579. So if you're not there, that's what page you need to turn to. And then just like if we were in the regular classroom, just follow along with me. We're only going to do about half the lesson today. And then we will finish tomorrow. So make sure you've got your pencil. I've got a pen so it shows up a little better. Make sure you have your highlighter so that way you're ready for that important information. So right before break, if you remember, let me flip back here. We were talking about measuring time intervals. We have a little note here. So if we're talking about time intervals, you're finding elapsed time. Elapsed time is the time that has gone by. So what we did, and this has been a while, I know, we talked about how you can use a number line to find your elapsed time. So if you are starting, if it's 1:15 to 1:40, remember we started 1:15 and we count up to 1:40. So we count by tens and then fives. Now if you remember, the trick that we talked about is you can actually use subtraction as long as your hour does not change. So if you look here, the hour is the same. It's 1 and 1. So make sure you put your biggest number on top. So you could do 40 minus 15, more on the floor, go next door, 3 minus 1, 2. You would get the same answer, but you can only use subtraction if you're finding the time that's gone by in the same hour. If your hour changes, then you can't use that trick. Okay? All right, so on page 579, we're just going to get started here. It says Javier begins working on his ocean projects at 1:30 p.m. So we're going to circle that. That's our starting time. He spends 42 minutes painting a model of Earth and labeling the oceans. At what time does Javier finish working on his project? So circle the information you need, which we did. And what do we need to find out? We need to know what time he finishes. What time does he start? That's right, 1:30 is his start time. Okay, so one way that you can do this is you can use a number line to find the ending time. So I'm gonna see if I can't move my camera down a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't fall. One way is you can use a number line. You're gonna find the time on the number line when he started working on the project. If you see right here, they already have 1:30. So we are gonna count forward on the number line. We're gonna make jumps and we're gonna add to figure out how much time has gone by. So if we start at 1:30 and we go 42 minutes, we can go 10. So if it's 1:30 plus 10, now it is 1:40. We need to do another 10. Now it is what time? 1:50. I've gone 10 and 10, so I've gone 20 minutes. I need to go 42. So I'm gonna go another 10. That gets me to 1:50 plus 10 minutes. Now I'm at 2 o'clock and I still have more time to go. Sorry, I didn't draw my jumps very evenly. So then I would draw another 10. So if it's 2 o'clock and you add 10 minutes, it's 2:10, and now I have 10, 20, 30, 40, and I need 42. So I'm just gonna add on a plus 2 here, and that would get me 42. So if it's 2:10, and I added on 2 minutes, it is what time? 2:12. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm gonna see. So Javier finishes working on his project at 2:12, and we are still in the afternoon, so we would say 2:12 p.m. Okay? All right, there is another way. I'm actually gonna tear this out because I think that's the only way I'm gonna be able to get this on the camera. Another way is I can actually use a clock and I can do the same thing. So I'm gonna find the starting time. Now, if you had your little yellow clocks, you would go ahead and set your time to 1:30. So remember, our shorthand is right here. and it's about halfway between the 1 and the 2. So we always think about, we can draw that hook back. So it's 1. And then when I count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, it's 1:30 right now. Okay, so instead of counting by 10s on my clock, I'm gonna count by 5s because there are 5 minutes between every number. So I start at 1:30 and I'm gonna count forward how many minutes? How many minutes? 42 minutes, okay? So I've got 30 right here. So from here to here, I would say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Do I need to keep going? There's 40, and then I just need 2 1s. So I'm at right here. So I just go 1, 2. So 41, 42. Now the thing you have to remember about here is I went past the 12. So my hour is now in the 2 o'clock hour. So it is 2 o'clock. My minute hand is right there. So it is 2:12. So you get the same answer, but this is, if you had a little yellow clock, this would be much easier because your numbers would move for you. You don't have that. So you're just going to have to kind of try to do the best you can. But like I said, you can do it. You also can use a number line and count by 10s and then 5s or 1s if you need to. Okay, that's page 1. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to let you guys kind of get caught up, and I'll probably post one more video for today.